Hey guys. So I'm hoping that today's video will be a little bit quicker. I just want to throw together a beat in general. However, I will take a little more time at the beginning because I'm going to start with a melody loop. And I think I'm going to choose a melody loop from Kyle Beats' Andromeda sample. But I never like to use a melody loop just straight out as it comes right out of the box. I don't know about other producers if they do this or not. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's just not what I do. I like for each sample, even if it's taken from someone else, to feel kind of personal. Like I added my own unique touch to it. So in the beginning, I'll show you how I kind of rearrange the sample, reverse some things, chop up some things, try to make it sound more unique to me. But then the rest of the beat from there should go relatively quickly. We'll just plug in different instruments and kind of feel where it goes from there. Alright, let's get started. Okay, so we got our open beat template here ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and go over here to the side, go to all files, music, sound samples. And I want to find my melody loop, so get in there. I had one in mind. I think it was this. Okay, let's try to put this in. Now my sample says here that it's 122 beats per minute, so we need to adjust at the top here to 122. Either that or I could speed it up or slow it down, but I think 122 will just start there. And then there's like a second part. I don't know if I like that second part as much, but we'll keep it there for now, maybe a part 2. Okay, so we got them cut up. Now I'm going to start trying to rearrange these in some way. Might try to reverse some things. And there. And here. Remove part, not go reverse. Okay. That sounds cool. I do hear a slide here, right here. I want to see if I can take that slide out. There we go. The same thing to the next part. Maybe all 4 of these parts actually. That in half, and then we will reverse, reverse, reverse. This reversal creates a nice build back into the 1. So when it's coming back around to the 1, 2, 3. Oh, this is our stupid part 2. Let's just name this part 2 and put it out of the way. So I know that that's not one thing I want. So we got the bass. Now I want to add a couple more stutters to it somewhere. Thinking maybe the start of the second go around in each time. Something like, right, this is part 1, then stutters. And then maybe the second go around over here, there'll be some stutters too. Let's see what we can do. I'm going to slice first like a 16th. Might slice. I'm just kind of playing around, just guessing. I got 2 different slices here. Add these in a 16th note fashion, and let's see what this sounds like. Ooh, I like it, but remember we gotta take the clipping out of it, so the way to get that clipping sound out most of the time is just to take out the high end. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Okay, let's see if we can get a different pattern for the stutters on the next one. We need to get a little more creative. Again, I think I'm going to take this starting 16th, but then we might do something a little different with it this time. Now if I want a triplet pattern under here, the audio is kind of hard to add triplets to, so I'm going to actually make a MIDI triplet, and then I can follow that pattern. I'll show you what I mean here. You need these to be 8th note triplets, so I'm going to kind of generally get 8th note triplets here, because this is going to be our next one essentially. Okay, so these 3, and we're going to change this to 8th note triplets. It automatically quantizes them, or you can click Q to make sure. Then I'm going to match the cursor up with number 2 in line. Make sure my audio is already in line. Nice, that was just a guess. Number 3. Match your cursor up with number 3. There we go. Oh, now this one's off. We're going to go in. Yes. And I might make these a little smaller so they sound a bit glitchier. And then for my last one, my 1 again in the triplet series, I think actually just going to add another slice here. But I think it could be dun 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 dun. It could have a little bit faster. So I'm going to make this triplet even a little faster by putting 1 right here. Copy this over. Let's see what this sounds like. Okay, now I can delete these triplets because I don't need them to help me lay it out anymore. They were just a template to lay out my triplets. So with this one right here, actually, because it all sounds the same, I'm going to make this one up an octave just to be interesting. Region, transpose, and I just pull this up to 12, that's an octave. That makes it sound a lot more weird. So now I'm going to call the melody basically done. You saw how I constructed it there, how I flipped it around, reversed a couple things, stuttered a couple other things, made it more glitchy. I particularly just like glitchy, choppy type of sounds. Okay, so then let's get into what comes next. So let's just add down a quick snare first. That'll be easy. Nice. Okay, let's do the kick next. Let's add 2. Just copy it over, we're good to go. Let's do a hi-hat. First I gotta pick a sound. Okay, Kyle 4 sounds good. Okay, let's hear this hi-hat now. And we'll just drag that one over too. Wow. That's interesting. I like the weird sound ideas. Take this little portion and chop it out. Not that you have to do it this way, there's many ways to do it. But this is how I'm going to do it. Bring it down here. So now it's on its own track, and on this track I can add delay and other things to it. Yeah. Dotted moves, nice. Okay, that's going to be it. Let's start hearing what a bass would sound like over the top of this. So here's what we got for 808. Okay, so lastly, I'm feeling like it's pretty good already. It's already pretty much a song. I feel like there are just a couple little spaces where the beat sort of stops. It kind of opens up, and that's nice. I love it that there's an open spot. When the song starts and everything is fresh, I might leave that rest, right, that pause to create this sort of... I might even actually have the beat like totally drop out, you know, and back in again. So that's one tactic you can use, is actually having moments of silence, right? A loud and then nothing, and then back into the song. That can be a tactic of bringing your listener back in. But also later in the song, once that tactic gets old, I want to have other ones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find some effects that can fit nicely in those spaces, so then there will be a new wow crazy sound that comes in that will just sort of bring you back into the song again. It's all about thinking how your listener is going to perceive it. What can you do to excite your listener, surprise them, to draw them back into the song again? So first I'm going to come over to sound samples again. Go back in here, these are mine. And I'm going to look for effects, just strange effects. Ah, Super Mario. Okay, now that could definitely work. This, and we'll just place it up here in one of these effects places. Okay, something like that. bring it in here, clipping. Yeah. Let's see if we can find something real bizarre. I added a little bit of automation to this. I want to show you, I actually made it a little bit softer in the beginning so that it wouldn't hit so hard when the weird effect came in. You don't want it to be too jarring. Then if I go over here, you can see I changed up the pan. Panning is your left-right stereo field, so it's going to go between the stereo field. Yeah, let's listen to it. So we got some weird sound effects in there. So this part, all I can see the second part being is some shorter thing to come back into it again, sort of take you away for a second and then bring you back in. Yeah. Now this part is serving as a little rest from our main melody. I'm going to fix this up a little bit, maybe add in some more things, add in some cymbals, kind of arrange it around a little bit, but then I will show you the final. Let's take a listen to that now.